Shaq on his interaction he had with Cat, Karl-Anthony Towns. Shaq, I'm not saying be mean. It's about mentality. When I tell you to do this and that, don't respond by saying, "Oh, I'm trying to look for everybody else." Man, you gotta be great. Then Charles responded, "I'm not saying you're wrong, Shaq, but we all don't have that same mentality, that mental makeup. Cat is a very good player. He's just a nice guy. He ain't no killer, and we can't make him no killer." So it's crazy when they say this because I actually believe that they actually won this game, right? But they wanted to see Shaq. I'm gonna tell you. Let me fill everybody in a little bit. Shaq wants everybody to be Shaq. Throw me
That's
the
true.
ball down low. I'm gonna turn around, dunk, get out of my way. I'm gonna jam it down your throat. All right. Charles Barkley is saying, yeah, but if that's not his makeup, you can't make a person a killer. Either you got it or you don't. But what I love was Kenny the Jet Smith had the best response. He said, Shaq, you're trying to make people play center like they do in the 90s, 80s, and 90s. Grab the ball, move out my way, I'm going to jam it down. But we're in an era where centers now, they got jump shots. They're definitely getting way better at shooting free throws. Centers now, I call it since the dirt and the whiskey era, are shooting threes now. And Wemby's proof of that. I mean, could you imagine? Look how dominant Wemby is without having to grab it down low and jam it down on top of your head and force it. Man, the man can hit you with a crossover. He can pull up a mid range. He can shoot from the threes. He can hit from the logo. Kenny the Jet Smith said it best. Let him play in the era that he grew in where you can do everything. You don't have to be ball dominant down low and hit everybody with elbows left and right and spin and dunk it. What are your thoughts on that, Matthew?
Shaq is was one of the most dominant players of all time,
Absolutely.
perhaps the most dominant player I've ever seen. But what we know about Shaq as an announcer, and he's a very good announcer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Sorry, I got some malware on my computer. What the hell is that? Anyhow, he's a very good announcer,
Uh-huh.
but he's a hater. He's a hater. Every big
Oh,
every big man that comes along, whether it's Dwight Howard, whether it's Cat, he's kind of Rudy Gobert.
yeah.
He's pretty rude to a lot of big men, and it's obvious why. Like he thinks the big man should play a certain way in basketball, and so over the years, even JaVale McGee, someone that's not even in his league, he's a big man hater. He's a certified big man hater, and so you should listen to Shaq's opinions about basketball. You should listen to Shaq's opinions about dominating the post. You should listen to Shaq's opinions about being a good announcer. But when it comes to his opinions about big men playing basketball, you should take him with a grain of salt because he's proven time and time again, whether it's Dwight Howard, whether it's Rudy Gobert, whether it's Karl-Anthony Towns, whether it's even JaVale McGee, that he's a big man hater. So, and a lot of people hate on Cat because Cat's different. He plays the game a little different. His facial expressions are a little different.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of social media likes to make fun of Cat. And I
Uh-huh.
think what Shaq and Charles are doing here is just kind of low hanging fruit, and they're kind of playing off that. But the Knicks don't need Cat to be Shaq. I mean, if you look by the numbers, now I'm looking at it now. Over his 11-year career, Cat's taken 4 threes a game and shot 40% from three. That's amazing. I mean,
Uh-huh.
statistically, he's got to be either number one or number two in terms of big men shooting a three ball. So, Shaq could do a lot during his career. He certainly couldn't shoot 40% from three, and he certainly couldn't do it over an 11-year period. Then
Right.
second is that the Knicks are good with everyone playing their role right now. The Knicks won the in-season tournament, which, it hasn't quite gotten there, but just saying, like, everybody was playing hard on that. The Knicks won
Right.
that. And the Knicks are the 3rd seed in the East right now. They have plenty of players. Everyone's fitting in their role. You know, Jalen Brunson's the star on the team. Mikal Bridges is like your two-way star. OG Anunoby, your rim runner, can still make the three. They got so many pieces. Josh Hart, your defensive anchor. Mitchell Robinson, your offensive rebounder. I mean, it just loaded. They just got Jose Alvarado out of nowhere, which I'm not saying that's the greatest thing ever, but he's going to be fun for them. So everybody's playing their role. Cat's content playing his role on the team so he can win. I mean, Cat's been the best player. When he was in Minnesota, Cat was the best player. And he's had his taste of being like the number one guy, averaging 28 points a game, 27 points a game. And he wants to be here on the Knicks where he's going to be the best player some nights. But he's not always going to be the best player some nights. And, you know, Shaq was the best player on his team, but there were some nights where Kobe was the best player. And so Shaq can act like these are all foreign concepts to him, but I think intuitively he understands that there's roles on a basketball team. And I think Cat's playing his role well. And I think Shaq is a biased source when it comes to big men.
All right, there you have it. So, Matthew, before we get out of here, we're going to try something a little bit different.